want to ask. Kindly, don't withhold it. We are here so that we can make a difference even in your very life. So don't be left with that question. And now, without much ado, I want to hope that you have shared that link, right? Yes, so kindly allow me to bring on board my guest, even as she gets to introduce herself, for them that never got to hear her last time. And of course, kama haukufuata last time, my goodness, you're missing a lot. And so go back to our YouTube channel na utapata story hapo, even as we get to continue. So kindly, karibu sana, my guest.
Thank you so much, Faith.
Before I speak on your behalf, kindly.
Thank you for having me in the show tonight.
Yeah.
For the viewers, good evening and praise Jesus. My name is MWANGI. I am a teacher, I am a psychologist, I am a mental health advocate, and the founder of Voices That Heals movement. Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you.
A teacher.
Yes.
A psychologist. A CEO.
Yes.
You have forgotten to tell them that.
Well, yeah, I'm also the CEO, Jungle Trails Adventures company.
Yes.
In Kenya.
So in case someone wants to travel, they can always book you for that.
Yes, we travel countrywide. We are also doing, very soon we are going international.
Wow.
But in the meantime, we do local adventure. Yeah.
Amazing.
And when I talk about local adventure, I'm also talking about Africa. Yeah.
Within the
African countries.
Wow, that is really amazing.
I thank the Lord.
Amazing. As a CEO, is there any plan maybe for someone who wants to?
Yes. For anybody interested in traveling, and by the way, I welcome you into the traveling world, because there is where healing meets with nature, or nature meets healing. So we have social media handles, Jungle Trails Adventures, and there you can follow us to get updates on our upcoming trips. Yeah, we do camping, hikes, road trip, and team building activities across Kenya and across Africa.
Wow. Speak of jack of all trades, tuko na yeye. Ukitaka skill ya kuchora tattoo, she's here. She'll still teach you. And that is really amazing. Karibu sana, Miles with God.
Thank you so much.
We're really honored to have you again.
I'm honored and humbled.
Wow, thank you so much. You know, you left us last time, gazed because of your story.
Yeah.
And, you're totally, when someone looks at you, they will almost tell, like, the appearance of a soft life. This must be coming from a soft background.
It's the grace of God.
It's
the grace of God. Yes.
We were shocked.
Yeah, it's
God. We were really shocked even to hear that you play a parent role to some of your siblings.
Yes.
That is really adorable. That is really, you were the emulation, and I really admire that.
I'm humbled.
And thank you so much even for taking up that noble task, not just to be you, but also to be in a position to cover others as they rise to be where you've always desired to be. And so may God bless you for that.
Amen.
Allow
Amen.
us to start with a show, because honestly, mi niko pahali nimehang.
Okay.
And of course, we were speaking about last time when we were coming to the end of the show, we were speaking about the voices that heal.
Yeah.
The voices that heal. But allow me to go back a little bit, even to your personal life. Allow me to go back to your personal life, even before we get the voices that heal.
It's okay.
And we'll also connect with that. But allow me to ask this question. When you go, if I told you to speak to your teenager, what would you tell her?
A teenager?
Your teenager, rather, your teenage Anne.
The teenage Anne.
Yes.
If I was to talk to her,
yes.
What
advice would you tell her?
I would tell her to stand strong, to not lose hope, and to speak up. Because the teenage Anne didn't know how to speak up. She didn't know how to share her struggles, her issues. She stayed in her cocoon, and that destroyed her. And that's made her a different person, actually. I believe if she did, if she spoke up, if she never stayed in silent, so many things about her life maybe would be so different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What are some of these things that she struggled with?
Well, Anne struggled with so many things, from family
And
issues.
of course the unspoken, the ones that she felt like, I'm not, or rather I cannot share these.
Well, yeah, as I said, or as I shared in my last, in our last show, I came from a very broken family,
Yeah.
and the fact that I didn't have a bond with my siblings and also my parent partly, that made me feel so alone in this life as I transitioned from school to school and levels to level. So I felt so alone. I didn't have anyone to turn to. It was me against the world. And you know, as a young girl, tried to make ends meet, trying to figure out life, and nobody is there out, you know, to look up to. It can be difficult. It can be hard. And when you're still doing life, and then you get into the world of relationships, so that also now adds,
Yeah.
you know, adds the other side of it. If it doesn't work, it adds pain to another existing pain. So instead of healing, you're getting a lot of pain. And until I learned how to speak about my problems, I think I would not have healed. But something I'd want to tell the viewers, that healing is possible. It just takes time. Trust me, it takes time. And that time is very beneficial if you give it a chance. Healing is very possible. So to anybody, I don't know whether I should say right now or wait, but to anybody listening to this show or anybody watching, I just want you to know whatever it is that you're going through, it's time to break that silence. It's time to talk about it. Normalize it, you know. Don't stay, you know, don't hide the pain anymore. And you'll see a difference in your life. Yeah.
I want to believe it's not too early for you to hear that, because this is the moment for you to understand you're not walking this journey alone. You know, you said something, and I really took that it is okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
It is okay to feel broken at some time.
Yeah.
It is okay to feel like nothing is working out.
It's okay to cry.
It is okay to cry and feel like...
It's okay to withdraw and not even want to talk to anybody. It's okay to wake up in the morning with moods. It's okay to show some aggressiveness sometimes in the things you do, because those are just signs that you're not doing well.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know, until those signs are evident, you can't even realize you have a problem.
That is true.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something, even because we are from a mental health awareness week.
Yeah.
And I want to believe so many people have gotten an opportunity even to express, you know, themselves, because much as you're told to take care of your health, I think most of the time you're so much into our physical health more than we are with our mental health.
Exactly.
Let me go to, and maybe you can tell us with your life experience, would you say that most of things that people go through, it is because they are shy to express, or it's because they get platforms that probably don't take their experiences seriously? Maybe even you can relate with your experience. Is it because you lacked people that you can express to, or because you lacked the way to express yourself?
Wow, that's a very interesting question. And that reminds me of the meetings we normally hold, Voices That Heal.
Yeah.
And in this meeting, those are now the conversations we hold. Why are not people speaking up? And I give the youth an opportunity to speak up and say, you know, they are going through things, but they are not able to speak up. What is the problem? And this is the answer I normally get, and I think I've circled it so many times because it's very prevalent. They say, youth don't speak up, or people don't speak out because of the fear of judgment.
Yeah.
Everybody is afraid. What will people think? And it's our nature. It's a natural thing in us. So, like, so many people are going through problems in life. We have different types of problems, and you know, kuna mwingine ni kijiko imepotea kwa nyumba. That is a problem enough, actually. You know. Someone else is another big thing. They have lost their job. But you see, I normally say there is no minute problem or a big problem. A problem is a problem. And I like to validate any feeling that anybody is feeling.
Sure.
Yeah, so I would think people shy away from speaking because of the fear of judgment, and maybe even lacking the platform and the people to speak to, because these platforms are not so many. Where people can just talk without being judged. There are not so many.
let me go to your life story.
Yeah.
You are going through a domestic violence kind of an upbringing, and I want to believe at that time you're going to school and all that thing. Were you in a position? Were you put in a place where you felt, I think I can speak this thing out? And what was going on in your mind when you maybe met people who can help you? Did you ever feel safe to share your problem?
I would also say I didn't have a platform to share my problems. You see, coming from a broken family where we have various domestic issues, one of the issues that traumatized me as a child, I don't think I mentioned it in our last show, but it's domestic violence where my father used to really beat my mother in front of us.
Wow.
Yeah, ile sana kabisa. And you know, going through life and meeting people who have not really experienced such a thing, unawaambia, they are like, how now? So I didn't have the platform to speak to people about this. I just didn't even want to think about it and talk about it. I just wanted a new world where nobody will even know where I come from, the things I've gone through. But my childhood memories revolve around so many bad things. I don't even know if I remember any good thing about my childhood. You know, the way people give stories, I remember this Christmas, we were happy. There is no Christmas that we used to be happy. My father used to make alcohol, used to cook alcohol when I was a kid from home. Ile pombe ya nyumbani. And our home was full of chaos, drunkards coming in and out.
Yeah.
And after that, the memories I also have is him being so violent on my mom, chasing her away during wee hours of the night, you know, beating us for no reason, of course, typical behavior of drunkard fathers. And I don't remember a day I was happy as a kid. I don't remember. Yeah.
Wow. As a firstborn,
I wasn't a firstborn.
you're not the firstborn, but I want to believe there were others who were below you. How did you feel? I want to believe all these things are happening when you're sober. You can literally tell what is happening. And I want to believe kuna wenye wadogo. How is your experience with them? Did you ever feel like these people need to be protected from this? Much as, yes, I am a kid and all that thing. What is going on in your mind?
Well, unfortunately, it's like my mother gave birth to us, like tukifuatana. So when I was a kid, there were also kids. So we were all kids. But yeah, I did feel the urge to, you know, I wish I had the power to stop all this. But I was not really afraid of my siblings. I was, you know, I felt sad for my big siblings, the older ones.
How come?
Because I felt they didn't have the opportunity to defend us. It was too unfortunate for them because, you see, like my brother, who is late right now, used to defend my mother so much, to an extent that I would go physical with my dad, trying to defend my mom.
Are you
And
serious?
yeah, for sure. And I used to cry. You know, I'm crying because now we are just so helpless. Even my brother is stepping in. My mom can't do nothing. I was so small too, I couldn't do much.
Wow.
And it was so difficult. And to be honest, that thing up to now, I hate seeing people fighting. I hate violence. Literally, I don't like seeing people fighting. I don't like people arguing. I can't stand it. I even walk away. Sometimes I do get headaches. I was even asking, one day I was asking some doctor whether it is a medical issue, because every time I see a fight, every time I experience it, I get very heavy headache.
Wow.
Yeah.
The trauma that
It's
you
the
went
trauma,
through.
yeah.
Wow. How are you able to overcome it as you're growing?
You know, I thought I overcame it until recently when, as I said, I'm a teacher, when a student approached me with the same issue. You know?
The exactly thing that you have
exact.
gone
And
through.
now, as she was talking to me, I couldn't help but cry with her. because I was just remembering everything. And I went back to the office and told one of my friend, Guy, kwani sikuangi nimehil? How has this story touched me so much that I'm now even starting to get the memories back of what my dad used to do to my mom, because she's telling me, she's narrating my childhood story.
Yeah.
You know, the way my father would come home drunk, tumeshinda kibarua, but then we used to go with my mom to the farms, to the coffee plantations, literally a whole day.
Because
and then
we had to survive.
we had to survive. And then when we come back, we are having supper and your mom anapika, my dad comes in, starts to fight, takes the food, anarusha nje. We've not taken anything the entire day. Like, those are real story, Faith. They are just real stories. And now this student is telling me the same thing. Telling me I came to school late, this is what my dad did. And I'm just thinking about my dad in that moment. And I really cried in front of my student. We cried.
Wow. You give us a story of this young lady who just committed suicide. And I love that you're mentioning that a student approached you.
Yes.
And probably, I want to believe, out of that sharing and all that thing, you were able to speak some healing over that person, and they were able to go a different person. I want to know, even you're sitting in a position of a teacher, and I want to believe that you play the role of a parent, because you realize, I will not see my mother go through what she's going through and I become comfortable sharing it with a family member. But maybe there is that space that I have to share it with a stranger. And do you think the society, and especially, let me go back to the schools as teachers, do you think we are more of, or they are more of judging instead of, why do you think someone will just, she is a student, she's going through this rough moment at home, but the only option she will find it is to go and hang themselves?
Well, at the school level, I wouldn't talk. I would speak for the teachers, but I can't speak for the school. In every school or institution, there is several departments. There is the guidance and counseling, the discipline. So when students are going through things, they are able to approach the department they feel safe with. And this student did not approach me as a counselor. She just did. She just did it because I happened to be her class teacher, and I noticed she wasn't in school the previous day. And leaving the class, she followed me and told me the story. And at that moment, I just had to sit down with her and forget for a moment she was talking to me, and narrate my story to her so that she knows she's not alone. We've gone through this. I also to open an avenue of trust so that she can, fully trust me that I totally understand what she's going through.
So you had to create a very accommodative
yes,
environment.
I had to make her know I understand. Because these problems people go through in life, they are understood by different people at different points.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Probably there's another teacher who has never experienced domestic violence. This student going to explain herself to another teacher, it can come out as judgmental because they won't understand. But if you've gone through that,
and again,
you understand.
Someone will say that Kenya is a nation of content creators.
Exactly.
And you'll judge from that perspective.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but someone who has gone through something, they understand. I speak about it openly to my students. I speak about my family to them. If they are watching or they'll watch this show once they close the school, they know very well. Sometimes I just spare time to tell them the things I went through in life so that they know they are not alone. It's just to motivate them and make them believe that, you can speak about it. One day you will, even if it's not today.
Wow. This is really beautiful. You remind me, someone have once told me that if you show people your scar, you inspire them and you make them forget about their pain to aspire to be where you are.
Oh, yes.
And that is really amazing, even for being vulnerable to that, expressing, by the way, don't just see me in suits and, being all fancy. I am coming from somewhere too. Yeah,
because that's the first judgment everybody makes of me when they see me in suits, in everything. They're like, you had it all soft, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, to end the story, but to be honest, I've never heard it soft. I said it in our last show. I've never heard it soft, and I kind of loved the pain at some point because it pushed me to be the person I am today. Yes.
Wow. Voices that heals, and that is where we were last time.
Yes, Voices That Heal movement. I'm the voice that heals. I stand for compassion. I stand for hope. I believe, or we believe as Voices That Heal, that we won't walk alone. I won't walk alone, and we won't let others walk alone.
Wow.
Yeah.
There is something that you can always do to make a difference.
There is always something that you can do.
Unajua kuna watu wanasemanga mi sina neema ya kuongelesha watu, and sometimes it's funny because you will approach someone who is going through a very hard moment and you realize that person never needed your 1 hour of talk. They just needed a high, and they feel someone cares. I don't know how you get, like for instance, someone, or rather you come across someone that really needed help, and probably you do not know how to approach this person. How do you go about that? Someone is going through a very rough moment, but literally they really need help, and you don't know how to approach this person. How do you go about it?
Okay, there is always a guidance of the Holy Spirit in this matter. Yeah, even when it comes to, the social healing, there is always the guidance of the Holy Spirit. He sends you. He guides you. He guides you. He sends you. That is why as you walk this path, you must also know Jesus. You must know God. Because you can't provide, opportunities for people to grow and heal, yet you don't know. You don't know it from the point of how Jesus heals, how, God does it for us, because it all comes down from God. Well, so when people have issues, sometimes we connect through spirit. You just feel the need to have a talk with someone. Sometimes you may not feel it, but you may be able to detect it from another person's, conversation. Yeah. And they could mention. But I have come to believe that when you create an opportunity for people, they come to you. You don't even look for them. Wow. They come to you. And when they come, sometimes you can't speak to everybody. Sometimes we even do referrals. You tell there is this person, this is what and this is happening. Please, can you talk to them? Yeah. Wow. I could send someone your way because maybe that's how the Holy Spirit has guided me. And I feel like this person is for faith. And it's only faith who can be able to start a journey of healing with them. Wow. So sometimes we are guided by the Holy Spirit, sometimes it's friends, sometimes it's themselves who speak about their problems. And I'm just human. It's not like I have answers to everybody's problems. But one thing I know, and this is our slogan for Voices That Heal, we listen and we care. Something we can assure our viewers and potential members who want to join us or who have already joined us. We do listen and we care. Wow. We care. And we don't even judge. We don't even care how small is your problem. Actually, we give everybody an opportunity to speak. And I normally tell people that never ignore your feelings. Wow. Whatever you are feeling is a valid feeling. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay to feel the way you're feeling. It's okay. Don't ignore it. Don't just come to our conversation and say, Mr. Ongea leo acha na nia ongea yangu ni kidogo. No, it's not. Speak about it. Speak about it. Iyo kidogo ndio tunataka, because the moment you start speaking about something small, that's now the moment you realize there are so many big things hidden that you've never spoken about. And that's how healing starts.
Wow. Yeah. I love this because when you speak of these people who feel like, Apana, I don't want to talk. And I want to believe you also deal with those kind of people, whether students or even adults, who feel like they are going through a very heavy moment, but they don't know how to express it. How do you get these people speaking? Because at the end of the day, these people have to be helped.
Exactly. And that's why in Voices That Heal movement, we believe you don't even have to speak. You can listen. Wow. Listening is also part of healing.
Wow.
You don't really have to speak. If you feel uncomfortable to speak, it's okay. Because I know and I trust one day you will. Maybe not today, but one day you will. Just come and listen. Just sit and listen. And as you are listening, some part of you will be healed. Some part of you will be woke. You know, you'll start now feeling, ai, kumbe hii kitu ni kawaida, you know, kumbe si mimi peke yangu. You know, I've been struggling with this. You know, we had a certain meeting, Voices That Heal, where a certain person came with an issue that they have been struggling with since childhood, and that was masturbation. And I speak about it boldly because it's not something they hide. It's something they speak about even in various platforms. And you know, speaking about masturbation felt awkward at first because people were like, masturbation and mental health. I mean, zinaingiana aje. But you realize this person has been it's an addiction to something.
Oh yeah.
It has really affected their mental health. And speaking about it gave a platform for youths and for many people now to speak about their struggles. Wakaona, kama huyu ameongelea hiyo issue, you know, something that is quite not something you can open up about. Why should I not talk about my bank problem? Why can't I talk about my smoking problem and how it has affected my relationship with my family? They don't even want to see me. I'm depressed, I'm withdrawn all the time, I'm trying, it's not working. Why can't I talk about my anxiety, the panic attacks I get? Why can't I talk about, you know, the struggles that I can't control my anger all the time I'm fighting because of that one conversation? So in Voices That Heal, we don't judge. We give people platform, and every feeling is valid. No matter how small it is, no matter how big it is, it's so valid.
Wow.
Yeah.
How old are you as Voices That Heal?
We are actually 1 year old. We are 1 year old, but about 5 or 7 months active. Yeah, Voices was created January, but we came to launch it around July 6th as now a movement, and also registering it as a non-government organization.
Wow.
Yeah.
What have been the hardest challenges that you have gone through as a team and actually as the founder of it, the vision bearer?
Well, challenges ziko mingi, but I mean, bringing youths together is so demanding. It's so demanding, and calling them for meetings also calls for a lot of team effort. So majority of the problems we've faced is trying to create a dialogue where they're able to understand why we exist as a movement.
Yeah.
And also trying to, you know, we normally have so many of them, but we don't have a venue for our meetings. So that is also a problem, because now we are forced every other time to meet virtually, which works. By the way, we normally have our shows, or rather our meetings, every Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Like tomorrow on Tuesday we will have one where we normally have, we can have open conversations, open talks, and or rather we can also have guests. Like for example, tomorrow we have a guest who will be talking about their journey from pain to healing. So we struggle with getting a venue, which calls for a lot of finances. Remember, we are self-independent. We depend on ourselves. So sometimes we do get challenges, but we always find a way. I don't know how, but we've never, hatujawai shindwa. Every time we organize something, it works. I have a very good team. Heck, you guys, I have a very good team. We meet for meetings, and we also have our spiritual leader, Pastor Njogu, who is always there for us when we are having, you know, these meetings. He's always there for planning. And of course, our patron, Dr. Munene.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We thank the Lord, because it's through only His grace that these people were able to come and join us, and the movement is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me go to the people that you get to walk a journey with, because literally it's a journey. And when we speak of probably addiction or maybe mental health, it is not something that you will caution someone and they will change in a day. what are some of these scenarios that have made you feel fulfilled in that movement? And maybe you can tell us about the stories.
Well, as a movement, also it calls for personal effort, even as a founder. And at some point I felt like giving up, you know. You have so many people coming to you. You don't have all the right answers. You yourself as a person, you're also going through
Because
things.
you have not gone through maybe some of the things, or maybe you're going through
Yeah. And you know, when someone comes to you, they come expecting
You
you
have
to
to
have to give them a shoulder.
Oh,
But the grace of the Lord has been sufficient. Despite my busy schedule, I always create time for people. I don't think you'll call me unipate. I'll call you back. I'll talk to you. So I've had to walk personal journeys now with people, even after bringing up their issues to maybe through our meetings or even behind other people within the group. I walk a personal journey with them. Sometimes I invite them for coffee. We meet, we talk. Once in a while, I'll check up and call. If they are so free with their life, I'll get to know them even better, provide ways, and even share ideas on how they can start their healing journeys, you know. Yeah, so it's a collaborative counseling effort, you know, counseling method. We collaborate with them. Unajiskiaje na mimi najiskiaje, let's do this. This can work, this can't work. Yeah, it's not, you know, I'm not a therapist. I wouldn't call myself a therapist where you go to a therapist office. I have an office where clients come. No. I'm just human. I care. I listen. I like listening. I think one of my virtues is to listen. I just want you to come and tell me about anything and everything. I will listen. We will talk. You'll feel good. Yeah.
Wow. What is one of the... I want to hear that one story that made you made you feel fulfilled in this journey of voices that healed. Like you told us last time, there is that young lady that really broke your heart and you wished to have known earlier that she was going through a hard moment. But now you've realized there are people who are coming to you very heavy, you know, laden, and they are getting help. Maybe you can tell us about it, because we are there even to encourage someone. Yes, please.
Well, yeah. Voices That Heal is a movement that exists to create safe spaces for people to talk. You know, talk about your fears, your struggles, and we even give people opportunity to speak about their victories.
Yeah.
I normally tell my people, si kila siku ni shida. Can we talk? What have you done recently? What has worked for you?
Yeah.
You know, but there is one story that made me feel, wow, this movement exists for a reason. During our launch, there are so many people who came to our launch. Some of them I didn't even know. It's just a word from someone. And there was a lady who actually asked for a chance to have the mic, and her story broke me. I don't think I will share her story because she was at the launch and maybe she's watching, but she had a very painful heartbreak story that left her depressed. She confessed to us for like an entire month, or was it 2 weeks or what, she has not eaten. She spends her time in the bedroom. Everybody in the family is like, what are you doing? Why can't you even, you know? Nobody is understanding her because she's not even a young person, very young. She's maybe a person of my age, maybe. And she went through a very, very difficult heartbreak, relationship-wise. And that broke her, that made her to have social withdrawal. She wasn't eating. And after our meeting, after she took the mic and spoke to people, and I think the entire hall, everybody was filled with sadness, I followed up on her. I started inviting her for coffee. When I leave work in the evening, I spare 30 minutes or an hour with her. We meet somewhere, we talk. And within a very short period of time, she had recovered. She had gone to look for a job. She was telling me she's happy. She can watch a movie. She's doing something out of that abnormal schedule. Yeah, and even up today, we still talk, and she's like, wow, you're doing an amazing job. If only you knew. And that is a success story of Voices That Heal. And that is just one among the many. Yeah.
Wow. You know, I want to laugh because there are people who will take relationship breakup like something very light, something that cannot
and I don't like
damage
it when people say it hiyo ni kawaida, si
Ni
kawaida.
kawaida.
As I said, no, every feeling is so valid. Please stop telling people hiyo ni kawaida. No, the feelings was hurt, right? The feeling was hurt. There was a feeling that was hurt.
Actually.
There was something that was done to that person. They are not the same person again.
Sure.
They deserve healing. They deserve to feel, acknowledged. Yeah. So, and Faith, if you look at the young people, most of the, I don't want to use any percentage here, but majority of young people, the things they go through in life sometimes stem from love issues.
They may seem petty.
They may seem petty, but
it's
that
the
one
same
relationship that broke a part of them. They are not the same people. The anxiety they get, they can't even trust anybody around them. They are aggressive for no reason. Sometimes it comes from what someone did to them. Yeah, so relationship, and it can start from parent relationship. If you break someone's heart, just know you are doing something so bad to their mental health, something that will take time for them to recover and to heal.
Wow.
So for the heartbreakers, you people, mjue tu muna destroy watu without knowing.
Let me read a few comments kindly. I can see Gisli Kigo till the end. Thank you so much. Muchomba Luka Mukembi tuned in from Kidhungori, Oasis of Love, Daraka. Thank you so much. Mosheri Newton, in life, there is a type of pain called necessary pain that we all go through at some point. Wow. It is okay to feel pained.
It's okay.
It is okay to feel hurt.
It's okay to feel hurt. And to acknowledge that you feel hurt. Don't feel shame for being hurt.
Don't hide.
Don't hide it. Sinisawa. It's okay.
And he continues to say the good thing is that this pain is not there to finish us, but to bring forth greatness.
Yes.
That is absolutely true. And you're a testimony that much as you went through a lot of violence when you're growing up, you can still stand and speak something different.
Yes.
Wow.
And I can speak a word of encouragement
And
to
you
someone
True.
and let them know I passed through that. I went through that. And
you are not
it
consumed.
broke me, but I am also healed.
Wow.
I'm also healing. I'm also healed. So it's possible. One message I like putting across is that healing is possible. Because people believe that huwezi heal. Some people carry so much pain that they believe that healing can't happen, but it can, and it does. Eventually, you just need to give it time. And I have just come to realize people can be so beautiful if you give them a chance to.
Very true.
People can
People
give people chances, give them a chance to express themselves, and you realize how beautiful their soul is. Let's not judge. Let's not judge people. Let's listen. Let's cultivate the culture of listening. Yeah.
Wow. Let me ask this, and probably there are people that you have tried to mentor and you're mentoring and you've gotten them from a place and you realize there is something that I had. I don't know whether it is just in the spiritual, or rather it is also in even in the social and the mental world, that you'll realize people are fighting a certain thing and they come to a certain stage of life and they think, may overcome. But later on you realize these people wamerudi tu kwa ile kitu yenye like wame struggle nayo miaka kubuild, and then they go back to the same. How do you deal with such people?
Yes, if you don't go back to the same thing, then you're not healing.
Okay.
Healing involves you starting over and over again every day. You think you are healed, but you're not there yet. You're back to square one. That's how the journey of healing is. Mimi mtu akiniambia hajarudi penye alikuwa, naonanga we are not doing anything.
Are you serious?
For sure, by the way, healing will, the healing journey will, at some point you'll go back to who you are. Utarudi chini, and then you realize I was doing so well. Let me keep off the dust. of, let me take the dust off, let me continue with this journey. And that is now where you need people around you who are supportive. Because if you don't have those people, you won't be able to wake up again.
Wow.
So healing involves going back to square one.
And that is not the place to tell someone you're not intentional with your growth.
Yes. If you start judging them, they'll now disappear.
Okay.
You won't even have them back to where you wanted them to be. Yeah. So when someone tells me, I'm back to not wanting to talk to people.
How does that make you feel?
I'm back. My word is always, it's okay. It's okay. Ni sawa.
Okay.
Uko tu sawa, yeah. Because, during my depression phase, I think I had that up and down moments. There are days I would go out with my friends, laugh, be happy out there. There are days I wouldn't even want to see their phone call. And they are like, what is wrong? Tulikuwa na wewe jana na tulikuwa tunafurahia. Today you don't even want us to even visit you. What is wrong? And those are the days I came to realize were the days I was going back. It was my healing phase. The energy that you are getting, you're not used to. Sometimes it can also drain you.
Let me get this. How do you ensure these people don't lose themselves in that process? Because I want to believe that is the reason why some of them are committing suicide, because they look at life and they feel like there is no progress going on. There is nothing making sense. Much as I want to try out, this direction, nothing is working. How do you ensure like these people don't lose themselves or how can you tell someone watching us and they are going through that moment, they feel like, man, wame retrogress worse than they ever thought, and they feel like we have no other ground to step on. How do you help these people?
Answering from a professional point of view, as a counselor and a psychologist, once you start a healing journey with someone, there are some types of activities or things that you have to give them to get engaged, because we'll use them as a litmus paper to test whether you are moving forward.
Okay.
Yes. You just don't start talking to someone and that is it. Ni kuongea tu. No. Get them to read a book. Get them to do something, If it's someone in workplace, let them have a hobby. As I mentioned earlier, I also do tours and travel. Some of my customers or clients have been my friends in their voices that heal, or rather in the healing journey.
Wow.
So when I get to have these people, I do hiking with, whether it's a mountain, whether it's a campfire, and we get to, they are doing something in their life. Whether they are not progressing in anything, academically, business-wise, financially, but there is something going on still. They are getting something to find fun in, some type of happiness, some types of peace. That, my friend, is progress enough.
Wow.
It is progress.
For you, it is not the achievement that people get.
It's not the achievement. People think, let me tell you what people think, and actually I was having this conversation recently with a colleague of mine. I was trying to tell them that watu wanafikirianga ukikuwa na pesa uko na peace, because according to my colleague, money can solve everything. Money is, and I think not only my colleague, Kenyans wanasema hivyo. Ukipata pesa, stress imekuishia.
Inajibu vitu mingi, by the way. That is what we believe.
That is what we believe, but let me tell you, sadly, it's not always the case. Yeah. That said, what I mean is, you could have someone going through a depressive episode because they don't have a job, and you think once they have that job,
they'll have their peace.
Yeah, and still they don't get their peace, because it wasn't about the money in the first place.
I think you even shared about your own experience.
I shared about my own experience. It wasn't about the money. It wasn't about the life I was living. The things, I could have a lot of money in my account actually, but I'm not even happy. I don't even want to go and use it. I don't feel anything about it. Yeah.
Okay.
If anything, I just want to help people with the money. Yeah, and luckily I was able to. A win is a win.
I'm interested to know, what is fulfillment for you?
Fulfillment?
Yes.
apparently I feel fulfilled actually.
Tell us about
Having
it.
Christ in my life feels satisfying.
Wow.
To be honest, I don't know how I can describe it,
Mm-hmm.
but the moment I gave my life to Christ, I felt some type of peace that surpasses all human understanding. Hallelujah.
Amen.
And I feel so peaceful, such that even to, to manage this group, you can't do it when you are so unpeaceful.
Yeah, sure.
You can't do it if you're still
Restless.
battling with deep things. You need to heal first so that you can speak to people from a point of healing. Do you know, have you ever heard someone
amazing.
speak to you from a point of depression? You can easily, can you differentiate someone speaking? And even when you talk about men of God,
They are full
someone
of
preaching,
themselves.
someone preaching the word of God from point of knowing God, and another point of being hurt by Satan.
Yeah, sure.
You know the difference?
Yeah.
Kuna mtu amefanywa mambo na shetani, so anakuja, ana preach with the aggressiveness. But there is also another one who has made peace in the Lord, is speaking from that is it. That is what happens in the ministry of healing and mental health. Yeah.
Wow. I think this is really amazing because when you are talking about this, and literally you'll see like I have ambitions, I have these dreams and all that thing, and unfortunately making some of these dreams come true, sometimes it has overstretched our mental health in the process. And you realize it is in the same process that most of us lose ourselves, and getting back to the track of finding who we are and our spaces, guarding our spaces and our mental health space. It is getting really hard until getting these people to live who they are and who they were meant to be. Like, when I'm asking you this question, what is fulfillment for you? It is because you may be speaking from a place of, I have achieved in career. So many people have achieved in career, but they are still in depression. Someone may look at it like it is financial settlement. So many people have their money in their accounts, but they are still living in, that world of unrest and all that thing. And of course, I want our viewers to understand what is this fulfillment. And I thank God because you're going back, because it smiles with God. You're going back to that space of, much as you're minding about our mental health, there is also the spiritual, there is also that spiritual space that we cannot do without. Much as, yes, we know ourselves, much as we know where we are headed, there is also that identity that we need to safeguard, because I want to believe without realizing who you are, it is so hard to protect who you are. You have to first get to understand who you are for you to protect that particular person. That is why you'll feel so empty, much as there is so much surrounding you, because there is that identity that you have not yet realized. And I'm really getting encouraged by what you're telling us. And back to Voices That Heals. What is your vision as a team? Even considering that, yes, you're changing lives, and I want to believe that is not the end of it. You're not just there to heal. There is that end goal that you have at the end of the day, to metoa huyu mzee from that point that they almost committed suicide. What is our vision with this person?
Yeah, let me first answer the first question you asked about what is my self-fulfillment. Where would I reach and say, wow, I've made it? I think, as I said before, I'm a philanthropist and a humanitarian.
Yeah.
I like touching humanity.
Yeah.
And for me, serving humanity is serving God. And that is my area of specialization. And if I was to serve God, till I die, I would serve God in the humanitarian world. And I have been serving God all my life through that. And the day I'll see I've been able to, to create a world where people feel safe to speak, as I said. Now it's a world, it's no longer a group. It's a world of so many people. Well, I focus on youths because we believe that youths are they make the generation of tomorrow. They are the energy. If I'm able to, we are living in very difficult times nowadays. Very difficult, starting from the hali ya economy, kuanzia na issues to do with family and even youth themselves.
Yeah.
if I'll be able to create a world where people feel safe to speak about their problems, to, you know, to have an open, you know, just to trust and to feel safe and to heal, regardless of how the amount of pain they would be going through, that would be, I would say I'm approaching my self-efficacy level. Yes. Well, the second question pertains to the vision of the group. As we sit down today as the leaders of Voices That Heal, we have visions. At some point, we didn't know where we are heading. We just told God, make a way. We don't know where we are heading, but today, with the people that have come on board, as I mentioned, we have the patronage of Dr. Munene, who is a psychologist and a counselor, by the way, a doctor and a very, you know, enthusiast of mental health. We also have Pastor Jogu, who is a voice to the youth. Sitting down with now the management of Voices That Heal, we believe that we can create a world where we do peer counseling. We counsel, you know, we counsel the clients. I don't know how to call them, the members. We counsel them so that they can counsel. And, you know, we create a chain where we are doing counseling and then they are training. So that when people have issues, they don't have to look for me, because there are times I won't be there.
Sure.
So we have a world where we have people you can talk to. They have been trained. That is what we are looking forward to. That the main vision. Wow. Because this group is going wide in our country, and I don't know if someone in Samburu wants some mental health support, and I'm here in Kirinyaga. How will I help them? But if I've trained a counselor in Samburu, guess what? He'll be the first contact person, and that will make it easier for the mission and the vision. Yes.
Wow.
Amazing.
Talking of Samburu.
Yeah, Samburu.
Talking of Samburu, I see you were there, and thank you. You kept us updated.
Yeah.
And maybe you can tell us, because I want to believe you had gone for the same you know, assignment, you know, the mental awareness and also empower the community. Maybe how was it? How does it feel to empower a community from a place of rest, like you're telling us, from a place of fulfillment?
Amazing. It was so amazing. Well, I had a three-day social impact tour to Samburu East, courtesy of Ken Swed organization, which is a collaboration between Kenya and Sweden. It's a non-government organization that exists and is located, the Kenyan office, it's located in Sweden, but the Kenyan office is located in Gong, Kenya. And we had a 3-day social impact tour to Samburu, where we were hosted by the pastoralist child community, and we enjoyed our days. I was partnering with Ken Swed as a founder of Voices That Heal movement. We went there for 3-day impact to mentor, to offer counseling and mental health awareness, and also we went for the education for girl child and trying to end the, you know, the cultural things that still happen up to date. It was a call for empowerment. And going to Samburu made me realize sometimes people need more than mental health support. Yeah, because going there, I was unable to speak from a counselor point now. Because I was like, how do you start telling people about depression, people who live in very hardy conditions?
Wow.
How do you start telling them that
These
healing is possible? What are they healing from?
They're not even going through mental.
They're not even going through mental. It's whatever they are going through is very normal to their life. It's their lives. It's their lives. But it's also opened my eyes to see beyond. I was able to be more cultural sensitive. Yeah, the diversity in terms of culture was well awoken in me, and I thank God because I was able to learn that sometimes what you can do is maybe probably give people a smile, because there's so much you can't do in this world of mental health. But it was a very impactful tour. We were able to inspire the women we were going specifically for the girl child, and that doesn't mean the boy child is left out, no. Ken Swed organization, as I said, is an NGO that it has a primary school, secondary school, and tertiary level, and they take, let me not say we take, because I was just a partner, and I thank God for them giving me an opportunity to serve in the social impact tour. They normally take girls from those marginalized communities and they offer them free education. But you see, for them to pick those girls and identify them, there must be people on the ground to identify them. And we were lucky and humbled to be the people visiting the communities of Samburu East. I mean, those people are so loving. Despite the problems, they are so loving that they are so united. I just realized people in the urban setup atujui what unity and love is. Go to Samburu. They live in the Yamanyatas, next to one another. And if one person has a goat producing 2 or 1 liter of milk, must share, even if it means a glass to the neighborhood. And it was just amazing. They don't have much, but they have love and unity. They are also, we were also empowering them, you know, because now it's time now to empower their children. We must empower their parents. We must let them know the things that are past time and how, you know, bad they are to, if they do them, including FGM and stuff. So to empower them, we also have to provide them with opportunities to learn. For example, there is a group we met women and we gave them beehives. And us giving them the beehives is a way for them to generate income. And we also create an opportunity for them to go out of their homestead and their county to go and learn about beekeeping. But no, the key thing is not all about beekeeping. We want them to go out.
You want them to at least enlarge their mind.
Because when they go out, they'll hear it from another world because they are used to their local life. And we realize that counseling calls for actions. You must do something before you start telling someone it's okay. You must do something. Lazima kazi. So when we start this peer counseling, we'll let youths and those will be trained to know that you must have a lot of effort. Yes.
Wow.
I think I mentioned that I meet some people for coffee.
Yeah, sure.
Do you think that is easy?
It's not. I know.
You're leaving work, you're tired. Of course, you'll meet them in a restaurant or somewhere. You'll spend. Utaita mtu mwambie nunua. That is personal effort because you really invested in their healing journey. And when that person is well, the self-fulfillment you get, the satisfaction, the peace goes beyond anything. That is, you cannot even compare it to money.
Wow.
You can't.
Let me ask.
Yes.
What happens when you meet these people who are so much buried into culture that you cannot change?
One thing, I think it's more of observing. What can you change? What can't you change? And then change is a collaborative effort.
Yeah, sure.
You alone cannot change a culture. Kwanza culture ni kitu si rahisi kuchange, by the way. You can't go tell Samburu women stop this and they have been doing it all their life.
That is their life.
That's their lives. But well, you can take their children and empower them, wasomeshe or do something. And when they come back to their community, their parents will see what education can do. That is already a change you've brought.
Wow.
Yes.
So for you, it was more of demonstration rather than just speaking. You cannot go tell someone you need to stop.
I went there with this mentality. I'll sit down with the women. I will tell them whatever they are going through. I'll speak to them a word of hope. But upon arriving there, I was shocked. Like hata sikuongea. Actually sikuongea. I was like, let me just sit and observe. First of all, there is also the language barrier. We couldn't talk to them. We had to have an interpreter. And you know, during the interpretation process, some information can be distorted. So we had to look for interpreters. Luckily, as I said, we were hosted by another NGO, actually, and the Pastoralist Child Act community. They hosted us, and some of the members. Majority of the members are learned people there. So they are Samburu people but learned. So we were able to have the translations when we visited the schools. We even went to schools around. We went to the villages. We met them. We talked.
Amazing.
We talked. But we were talking about education, empowerment. I wasn't able even to deliver on mental health. We said, that's for another day.
Kumaanisha hata haukufanya evangelism huko.
Sikuweza, lakini whatever I did was more than what I had planned and fathomed in my mind.
You can tell Pastor Njogu to plan an evangelism trip there.
Yes, actually I was thinking about when I have a meeting with the team and Pastor Njogu, I will propose a 1-week camping in Samburu. Let's go there. Let's do evangelism there. Let's try to see what can we do as Voices That Heal. By the way, maybe there is a space and an assignment for us there.
Yeah, really.
That is how I felt, because Mungu haizi nitoa huku anipeleke huko tu kungethia. No, I believe there was an assignment. Maybe there was no time for me to accomplish it. And also there were so many hard situations that they just needed food. They needed a cloth. So you can't go there and start talking about. As a team, we were prepared for so many things, but we were able to deliver whatever we managed. And I thank the the Ken-Swed organization for the opportunity, and I hope to work even in more social impact to us in future. And also, we were given 15 slots to go to next year to New York for the same. So I don't know. I don't know whether I'll be in the I don't know, but let me not talk about it here. But I thank the Lord because I know we are going far.
Okay.
And I don't want to go alone. By the way, Voices That Heal, we are going far as a family, as a movement, and everybody who is partnering with us, starting with our Bishop Carson. He's a partner of Voices That Heal. He encourages us every day. And his story about Bishop Carson's foundation is a motivation for our Voices That Heal movement. We've sat down with him before. We've talked about it, and he believes in us. And if our bishop believes in us, who are we not to believe in ourselves?
More than
we thank the Lord.
Name. Wow. Thank you so much. I can see Pastor Njogu. Na embrace. Tunaenda huko mission. These people, they are very receptive, right?
Yes, they are.
Wow. So hawatatufungia huko nje.
Sasa shida ni, I was thinking about it the entire time. Sasa uta-preach na language gani?
Bishop has an idea.
Bishop has an idea.
Bishop Carson has an idea. He can always assist us through. And I know it's going to be...
because they literally can't hear Swahili. They can't.
Okay.
Even the basics. We are talking about the villages in Samburu. Is too condemned. You are not talking about the Samburu resident in Mararal town. We are not talking about those people. Those are a cosmopolitan place. Kuna watu wengi wamekuja. But go to the villages. Literally they can't. I was like asking myself while seated there, do they have an idea about Jesus? I was tempted to ask them.
Did you attempt maybe to do you know Jesus?
No, I couldn't. As I said, we went a group from different religion. We were so many. There were Muslims, we had Hindus, we had whites. So tulikuwa wengi. So at that point,
religion was not.
It was not. It was not prioritized. But if I had a personal interpreter, mwenye anaeza ningeenda kando niulize. But now we see we had only 2 people who could speak Samburu, and they were busy doing other things.
Okay.
So. I would want to know, do they know Jesus? Do they know he exists? We were talking with my friend. We were camping at Samburu National Reserve in the midst of a very, very, very dangerous reserve forest. Yeah, we were camping next to elephant and wild animals. It was thrilling, and I think I like that kind of fun. Sasa kama wewe ni mwoga Faith, I don't think you can do that.
It's not my thing.
It's not your thing. Yeah, it was so thrilling and amazing. Umelala kwa tent unasikia elephant inapita. But as we were having this conversation by the campfire, at the campfire, we were like asking ourselves so many questions. Do these people even know? Okay, let me not say that on air. But do they know what's happening politically, in the political world. Wanajua Rigathi
Okay, we are not-
alitoka. Because there were so many things I was asking myself, because now you see in such a village, only one mzee had a phone.
Okay.
One mzee. Why? Because not because maybe hakuna watu washafikiria wapelekea simu, no, because the entire place hakuna network. For the 3 days I was there, I didn't use my phone.
Wow.
I only used my phone the posting. Nikienda about 5 villages. Tukienda hizo villages, sometimes you get to a very high point. You try to do like this to post a status, because I really wanted my friends to be updated. Hey, lazima. I wanted you to know what's happening in the other world.
All the posts were like,
Yeah, it was a struggle. But also the camping was also a moment for us to connect with one another. No, vile siku hizi tuko attached to our phones. People are no longer having conversation.
True.
Sitting at the campfire place the whole night, we were just having conversation. And I thank God, yeah, the mission was for the Samburu people, but also it happened to have, the people we were, the team, they needed some mental health. Also, yeah,
Wow.
support. So we were having these conversations. I met fellow psychologists, counselors, doctors. We were just so many of us, and we had conversation throughout the nights that we were there, and it was amazing.
wow. Wow.
And now we are also planning what is it that we can do in our next social tour impact, because it's done annually, every year. What is that we can try to do in a community to make sure we are able to achieve all aspects of our mission, whatever, and our objective that took us here, because we delivered, we did our best, but there are also some parts that we left.
Wow.
Yes.
This is really amazing. When you hear about this person, literally, you can think that this is how she has grown, literally exposed and all that thing. But you need to understand, this is someone coming from somewhere. This is someone who almost felt like nothing is working out in her life. This is someone who have been, or rather who have gone through a very rough time in life, and she has suffered, She has not always had it soft. She has gone through those ups and downs. She has gone through those tragedies. She has gone through those miles of not believing in herself. But see what she's doing. She's not just something worth to emulate, but she's also transforming and giving hope to other people. I'm telling you, you're indeed an epitome, and I'm really, really, really blessed even to have aired your story and even to have shared your miles with God, because I know someone is motivated. I know watu wengi hapa tu si tu kusikiza story, but the motivation, wow. Karibu niulize, how old are you? But let me reserve that.
A very big secret. I can't reveal.
Let me reserve that. But of course, it is really encouraging and it's really motivating. Personally, I'm really motivated, and I want to believe that so many others are, even for that noble task that you've taken, not just to be good for you, but also for some other people that need to believe in themselves, need to believe that there's something good can come out of them. And because you're coming to the end of our show, and I don't know, maybe you can speak to someone and just encourage someone who is feeling like probably they are going through that rough moment, and they are not sure about themselves. Some have lost their hope in life. Some have lost their hope in their destinies. And they feel like so many things are too crushed to come back whole again. Some of them, they feel like they are way too dead to believe something can live again out of them. What can you tell such a person?
Thank you so much, Faith, even for having me in this show. By it was great. And even it was an opportunity for me to speak up.
Yes.
And, I've loved every bit of it. And as we even wide our show to my viewers, this is the founder of the Voices That Heal movement talking to you tonight. I have seen the struggles not speaking up can lead you into. I have seen unspoken things, the silence, what it can make you become as a person. I've witnessed faith. I have felt pain before. What I can tell you, my dear viewers, that healing is possible. And breaking the silence is the goal. If you cannot speak up today, Maybe you will tomorrow. You just need to have a step, to make a step of faith and hope that you can heal, and start with speaking up. I also want you to know that any pain, any feeling that you're feeling that is making you feel uncomfortable in your spirit, in your mind, is very valid. Whether it's a heartbreak, whether it's anxiety caused by various issues, whether it's job pressures, whether it is, toxic environment in your workplace, in your home, whether it's a failed marriage, whatever it is that you think is not possible to come out of, I just want you to know tonight, it is very possible. There is always hope in everything. Please keep Jesus close to yourself. If you are watching, I want you to know that Jesus takes the pains away. It took a bleeding woman 12 years, but finally through faith, she was healed. It all starts with the faith you have. Do you believe that you can heal? Do you believe whatever you are going through is possible to come out of it? If you believe, join us today in Voices That Heal movement. Wherever you are, my number is there. My social media handles are there on the comment section. Follow us. Join our group. We'll get your number. We'll add you to our WhatsApp group. Whatever the age you are, we'll have meetings with you. And by the way, it's free of charge, something you don't get often. Free of charge. We will start the journey together. If you are comfortable to speak, we will speak. If you are not comfortable, you'll come and listen. And also, I'll take you for nature-based experiences through Jungle Trails Adventure, where healing and nature meets, and you'll connect, and every trail that you'll take will tell a story about yourself. Wow. Believe in yourself, keep hoping, don't lose hope, don't even think about suicide. Imagine, the world needs you, we need you. If you've lost hope recently, if you feel like kama umefika mwisho, the world needs you, we need you, we love you, wherever you are. We want you to join us. We want you to join our movement. We want you to join our mission. Believe in us. Believe in yourself. We are ready for you. And that is why tonight we say we are the voices that heal. We are the voices that heals. We choose compassion. We stand for hope. We promise you, you don't have to walk alone. Not anymore. Thank you so much.
Wow. Wow, I wonder what else you need for you to know you don't need to give up. And because it's miles with God, the word says that the Lord says that I know the plan that I have for you, and the plan that I have for you, it is of good and not evil. It is to prosper you. And one thing you need to understand, as far as it is God saying that, it is not your pain, it's not your shame that needs to determine whether you are going to go on or whether you're not going to go on, because it is the Lord who is the author and the finisher of the same. And this is our confidence. If you're there listening to us, if you're there, hearing the voice of this show, you need to understand, as long as you're breathing, there is something that God is orchestrating to do. You don't need to give up. I want to assure you that where you are, much as probably you are at your lowest, someone is desiring to be there. Much as you feel so desolate, someone is desiring to be there. Much as you feel like you have nothing, someone is desiring to be there. Because you're not just there for yourself, but you need to understand there is someone there is a reason to why God have withheld you. There is a reason why God have preserved you, and you cannot ignore that. You cannot assume that God is still working out things for your good. And so you don't need to give up. There is something better that I have not said that can, but will. Something better will come out of your life. If only you choose, I am not going to give up. I give my life to Christ. I give my destiny to Christ, because he is the reason why I am existing, and I have all the reason to depend. I'm telling you this one, God is always dependable. Doesn't matter how major or small that thing is, he will forever remain dependable. And so just commit your desire, just commit your hope unto him, and he is one who will never frustrate. It's Miles with God. I am so blessed even to be seated here and sharing a story with you, because let me tell you something. We may not understand what Abraham, what Sarah, what Hannah was going through, but when you have such people who are a demonstration of pain but they still came out successfully, if you have such people who can demonstrate that they went through that violence and they came out whole and, you know, full of confidence and trust in God, I want you to know that you too, you're a candidate to share that story. Your testimony is being waited for someone to feel encouraged and to feel fulfilled with their life. Thank you so much. Thank you for them that were following us on our YouTube and also on our Facebook channel. I have read your comments and I'm telling you, it is such an honor even to know that we are becoming a blessing and a motivation to you. May you stay there. May you stay tuned until we meet again on Monday, same time, same place. I was your host, Faith MWANGI. Have a good night and have a lovely week.